Hey guys, welcome back to the Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. You know, it's been really fun to go back to the wish list and take a look at things that I had wanted and kind of put on hold in lieu of getting, you know, the onslaught of new releases that have been coming out. And a while back, I decided to take a step back from the new release schedule and kind of pick and choose from those, but also to pick up things that truly spoke to me and I thought that I would really love. And lately I've been getting into a lot of vocal albums. And one vocal album that I definitely had to have was Patsy Cline's Greatest Hits. Before I get into the comparison, if you're new, please consider subscribing. If you all could hit like and then subscribe and notification, you'll be sure to get all the new content that comes up, which is coming up quite frequently lately. Sorry. So the pressing that I had on hand originally was this one. It is an MCA pressing, probably 80s or so. The Rainbow Blue Sky label, I'm not sure what they call it. There is a name for it though. Doesn't have the best reputation, you know, but these recordings were all done by Decca. They were all singles. And their recording quality was very, very good. So it's kind of hard to screw it up. And this reissue doesn't screw it up. It sounds really, really good. And actually, you know, you hear about this particular version of the label having poor quality vinyl, but that wasn't the case in this instance. The vinyl was very quiet. I had it for a while. Of course, it's gained a little noise over the years, but I always was impressed with the sound and was looking forward to the day when it would be remastered in an audiophile edition. This album is the best, well, was the best-selling country album of all time. It was only recently surpassed by Shania Twain. But as far as classic country goes, it doesn't really get any bigger than this. And these songs are all, like I sometimes say, all killer, no filler. Well, that's definitely the case here. In listening to it, I got transported to somewhere else, like some jukebox dive somewhere in the South, listening to these songs come on. And yeah, they must have been blown away when they heard these songs for the first time, because they just grab you. That voice grabs you, and the emotion in their voice, the lyrics, the arrangements, just make wonderful singles, and it makes a wonderful collection as well. So yeah, the sound on the original, or on this issue, is very, very good. This is the new one, and let me tell you a little bit about the new one. It's on 180 gram vinyl, pressed at QRP. It's in a nice gatefold with color photos for the first time, and done very nicely. It's not a glossy finish Stoughton gatefold, but I believe it is a Stoughton gatefold. It certainly feels solid like they usually do. And oh, one great thing about this reissue too is it's on 180 gram vinyl. I think they did some 200 gram ones at the beginning. This is done with the original Decca label, which is fantastic. Really nice reproduction. Hadn't seen that for a long, long time, and I don't even think I have any in my collection at all. So this was kind of a treat to me, besides the SQ. So let me tell you about how they created this record. On the Acoustic Sounds website, it says it's cut at Sterling, directly from the original master tape. It was a straight transfer, bypassing the console altogether. There was no EQ of any kind. A true direct transfer using a VMS-80 lathe. There was no mention of the mastering engineer on the website or on the record, except in the dead wax where I checked, and it was Ryan K. Smith, who I love his work. So everything points to this being a special reissue, and it is. So sound-wise, compared to the pressing I have, there was increases in soundstage. There was apparent more depth to the sound, as far as like feeling like you're looking into the studio. The separation on the instruments was much better. The clarity on her voice was amazing. The emotion in her voice comes through a little bit stronger. Also, the Jordanaires, who are the vocal group in the background, who do wordless vocals through most of it. And you probably will recognize that sound if you are familiar with Elvis Presley recordings from the early 60s, because he used the Jordanaires quite a bit as well. They sound a little more distinct and separated. You can almost kind of pick out the voices and count how many there are. It's quite a startling illusion of space, spatial cues, and it definitely improved on the budget reissue from MCA. But the sound overall on the reissue, on the first reissue, the MCA reissue, is really, really good. But this one takes it up a notch for sure. One thing I really noticed as a difference between the two is the top end of Patsy's voice when she reaches a peak. On the MCA, it's a little more rounded off. One might say it's more pleasant. Not that the AP is unpleasant at all, but maybe your system cannot reproduce the top end of the voice as well, and in which case maybe the previous one might be preferable. But on my system, the AP wins by quite a margin. There was no question about that. The vinyl's very, very quiet. It brought out a lot of micro detail that you couldn't hear on the MCA pressing. Overall, just fell in love with the album again, and highly recommend. You know, I got the 33, and I did this once before with one other album I covered. There was a 33 and a 45, and I said, I don't need to get the 45. This is a short album. It's not going to make that much difference. And you know what happens? It always is in your mind. I should have got the 45, I think. So yeah, I kind of wish I got the 45, but who knows? It might sound pretty much the same. But really, this is an essential record to have in any collection, and if you don't have a decent copy already, this is a no-brainer. Get the either the $40 33 or the $60 45, and you'll be delighted. The reviews on it on Acoustic Sound's own website are all 5-star reviews, and everywhere I've looked that I've read, everyone loves it, and I can see why. It's fantastic. So thank you for listening. If you are new, if you have this record already and you'd like to comment, I'd love to hear what you think about it. Until next time, this is Scott for the Pressing Matters. Have a great day.